Welcome to your Money Miracles video for the week of July 20th. So last week I was in Maryland, and on Friday, when I arrived at my hotel, my room wasn't ready. Now, how would you react? Here's a little more information. I had prepaid for the room in full. It was already 15 minutes after they had guaranteed the room would be ready. I just completed almost 5 hour drive that should have taken 3 hours and 25 minutes. And I had a really good book to read. I think most people would have gotten at least a little bit annoyed and asked how long it might take for it to be ready. I did ask, and the answer was it will be ready very shortly. So I got out my book, whose notes will be in my email next week, called The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up, and started reading. And no, I'm not kidding. That was the book I was reading. So I put it into practice and I read for the next hour. I did look up every now and again, but not getting a glance from either of the people checking in a dozen other people. I went back to my book. I am grateful I was able to read another 30 pages or so, but at the 58-minute mark, I had to ask, how much longer? So one of the receptionists went away, I assume doing some research on the goings on of cleaning a room. After another 3 or 4 minutes, she came back and said, it will be ready very shortly. So I went back to Not Giving Up and read some more. At about the 65-minute mark, I heard, your room is ready, sir. Grateful for it being ready before my dinner plans, and grateful for having read a lot more in the book, and grateful for knowing I needed to learn more patience. I went to my room. Life seems to give us lessons everywhere we look. I guess I needed a few more before my prosperity energetic speech at Illuminate Annapolis, including waiting another hour for our meal to be served at dinner. And thank you. If you attended and are now part of my journey, I appreciate you. Now, here's today's powerful affirmation. Remember, say it out loud with emotion. Money is my ally, and every day I make wise, courageous decisions that multiply my wealth and impact. So let's talk about some past and upcoming events. In June, I was interviewed on the Bridges and Beacons podcast hosted by Kelly Meyerson. She has some really thought-provoking questions. You don't want to miss this one. The link to listen on Apple is below the video. Also in June, I was interviewed on Jack Tompkins' scrappy but successful podcast. Apparently I'm scrappy. You'll have to watch to find out why. This will go live later in July, but you can check out past episodes. The link is below the video. Last week, my interview on the Unforget Yourself show with Mark and Katie went live, and you can find that amazing interview. Link is below the video. On July 3rd, I was interviewed on the Woo Factor podcast by Susie Woo. We talked all things spiritual and why I shut down my hedge fund to coach. You can watch past episodes. The link is below the video, and my interview will go live later in July. I will be speaking at the Metaphysical, Holistic, and Mystical Expo in Erie, Pennsylvania on August 15th. Let me know if you want details. I'll also be speaking at the Greater Wellness Holistic Expo in Lebanon, Pennsylvania on September 13th. I was just accepted to speak at the Holistic Health and Healing Expo in Cherry Hill, New Jersey on October 3rd. And the link with all the information is below this video. I'll be speaking at 11:15 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. I'll also be speaking on October 18th at the Passport to Health and Wellness Expo in Bristol, Connecticut. More details to follow. And I'll be speaking at the Faith, Love, and Wellness Conference in Baltimore on October 10th. And I was just accepted to speak at 2 events in November. I'm really excited to be speaking to the Indiana School Counselors Association on November 12th. The speech is entitled The Worst Career Advice We Give Students. Let me know if you want more details. And on November 15th, I'll be speaking at the Voices of the Valley panel about the 9 money rules millionaires use at the Apollo Sunrise Center in Newport Berry, Massachusetts. And let me know if you want more details on that. Now, each week I highlight a member of my network. If you would like to be highlighted in an upcoming video and email, send me a few sentences about you and your business and I'll include you in an upcoming weekly. Now, each week I give you the notes for a book I read that week. This week, it's A Million Miles in 1,000 Years by Donald Miller. My written notes are in my email. So go over to salamour.com, SALAURMOR.com to sign up for my weekly email, and you'll get the audio notes too. So thanks for watching. I believe in you.